To be safe, the ladder should be pitched 1/3 of its operating height away from the building. What distance away from the structure should the ladder be pitched if the building is 30 meters tall and the working height is 21 meters? A. 2 meters. B. 3 meters. C. 7 meters. A pipe connects two identical covered liquid containers. How much force will the connecting pipe apply if one side receives 12 pounds of force? A. 20 pounds. B. 12 pounds. C. 18 pounds. Daryl is using a pulley system to lift a 100-pound box, but the pulleys are only 50% efficient. How many pounds of force is he using to move the box? A. 100 pounds. B. 400 pounds. C. 200 pounds. Mark must pull a truck for 1 minute. The truck weighs 115.5 tons. What is the bare minimum in terms of horsepower? A. 23 horsepower. B. 14 horsepower. C. 7 horsepower. D. 10 horsepower. The force required to move 550 pounds 1 foot in 1 second is usually referred to as A. Meters. B. Joule. C. Horsepower. D. Volts. An engine produces 90 horsepower and is 90% efficient. So, how much horsepower is being lost due to inefficiency? A. 10 horsepower. B. 20 horsepower. C. 20 horsepower. D. 10 ph. Katie is half the age of her sister. In 20 years, she will be 3/4 her sister's age. How old is she? A. 5. B. 14. C. 12. D. 10. A sailboat measures 19 meters. How many inches long is it? A. 320. B. 38. C. 748. D. 190. In the morning, Harry traveled 45 miles to work in an hour and 10 minutes. However, traffic was much heavier on the way home, and the same drive took an hour and a half. What was his round-trip average speed in miles per hour? A. 24 miles hr. B. 2614 miles hr. C. 3334 miles hr. A combination lock has a 3-digit code. Each digit can be any of the 10 integers ranging from 0 to 9. How many possible combinations are there? A. 100. B. 500. C. 1000. Candidate A received 36,800 votes in a Boston County election. Candidate B came in second with 32,100 votes. Write-in candidates received 2,100 votes. Candidate A received what percentage of the vote? A. 51.8%. B. 23.45%. C. 49.89%. Rocks tumbling down a steep slope would be an example of A. Mud flow, B. Creep, C. Slump, D. Rockfall. There are 16 empty chairs in Ms. Brittany's classroom. When every student is present, every chair is occupied. How many pupils make up her entire class if 25 of the students are absent? A. 52, B. 40, C. 26. Telephone poles being tilted on a hill are an example of this type of mass movement. A. Slump, B. Creep, C. Mudflow, D. Rockfall. What causes all mass movement? A. Rain, B. Snow, C. Gravity, D. Deforestation. What type of mass movement would be caused by ice melting on a volcano after an eruption? A. Creep, B. Slump, C. Lahar, D. Mudflow. Which method of determining mass involves measuring how much an object resists acceleration? A. Inertial mass, B. Atomic mass, C. Gravitational mass, D. Newton's mass. The law of mass states that the mass of a closed system must remain constant over time. A. Density, B. Consistency, C. Elasticity, D. Conservation. How is mass different than weight? A. Mass and weight are not any different. They are the same. B. Mass is the amount of matter and weight is the amount of matter plus electricity. C. Mass is the amount of matter and weight is the amount of matter plus gravity. You are given a mystery object in science class. Your teacher asks you to determine if your object is more or less dense than water. You place the object in the water and it sinks. What statement would best describe this situation? A. The mystery substance is denser than water. B. Water is denser than the mystery substance. C. They both have the same mass. The formula for finding density is A. The volume is divided by the mass. B. The mass is multiplied by the volume. C. The mass is divided by the volume. D. The volume is multiplied by the mass. You have two plastic vials. One contains 40 milliliters of water and the other contains 40 milliliters of alcohol. Which statement is correct? A. Both vials have the same density. B. Both vials have the same volume. C. Both vials have the same mass. Mass is A. The amount of matter in an object. B. The amount of matter in a small amount of space. C. The amount of matter plus the volume. D. The amount of matter that makes an object more dense. Which measurement would be different if you were on the moon versus on Earth? A. Mass. B. Weight. C. Volume. D. Density. Is the amount of matter an object has? A. Weight. B. Mass. C. Volume. D. Density. A graduated cylinder is used to measure A. Weight. B. Mass. C. Volume. D. Density. Which of the following is not an agent of denudation? A. Weathering. B. Folding. C. Mass wasting. D. Erosion. Is the breakdown of rock A. Weathering. B. Folding. C. Mass wasting. D. Erosion. There are main types of weathering. A. 5. B. 4. C. 3. D. 2. Bug chunks of land falling down a curved slope all at once would be an example of A. Slump. B. Creep. C. Lahar. D. Rockfall. Burrowing animals and plants play a role in A. Climatic weathering. B. Chemical weathering. C. Biotic weathering. D. Mechanical weathering. This type of weathering occurs in areas where the temperature fluctuates around 0 degrees Celsius. A. Oxidation. B. Frost action. C. Pressure release. D. Solution. This form of weathering is often responsible for the formation of caves in limestone areas. A. Frost action. B. Oxidation. C. Carbonation. D. Temperature changes. This form of mass wasting is so slow that it cannot be observed with the naked eye. A. Soil flow. B. Landslide. C. Soil creep. D. Weathering. Cracks in roads, tilted fences, and posts are signs of A. Soil flow. B. Landslides. C. Soil creep. D. Weathering. Man increases the chance of landslides in all of the following ways except A. Building on unstable slopes. B. Planting trees on unstable slopes. C. Undercutting the base of slopes to build roads. D. Removing vegetation from steep slopes. Which of the following will not increase the chance of landslides? A. When bedding planes are roughly parallel to the slope surface. B. When there is an extended period of drought. C. Where there are rocks like shale or clay. Which key do you press to cycle through the available snap points? A. Control. B. Shift. C. Tab. D. Alt. One of the below options is wrong about the type of AutoCAD drawing units. Which one is it? A. Architectural. B. Engineering. C. Millimeter. D. Decimal. To move an object. A. Select a base point, followed by a point to define where the object is moving to. B. Use the displacement option. Select an object for grips, then move. C. Select an object for grips, then move. Object snap tracking works in combination with object snaps to enable you to temporarily acquire and track up to how many points? A. 1. B. 2. C. 7. Which of the following settings cannot be made for polar tracking? A. Increment angle. B. Additional angles. C. Track using all polar angle settings. To make a cup of tea, place 1 cup of water in a pot and bring it to boil. After you have boiled the water, you have of water left. A. Less than a cup. B. A cup. C. More than a cup. You are making Jell-O. After mixing the ingredients, you pour the liquid into a bowl, cover it tightly, and place it in the fridge. In a short time, it becomes a solid. The mass of the solid Jell-O is A. Greater than the mass of the liquid. B. The same as the mass of the liquid. C. Less than the mass of the liquid. You pump air into your volleyball ball. The ball's mass A. Decreases. B. Increases. C. Stays the same. D. There is no way to tell. Minal mixes in a large bowl 500 g of flour with 25 g of water and 50 g of butter to make dough. She then takes out 10 g to test. How much dough is left in her bowl? A. 585 g. B. 575 g. C. 565 g. What is the mass of hydrogen in terms of AMU? A. 1.0020 AMU. B. 1.0180 AMU. C. 1.0070 AMU. D. 1.0080 AMU. Is the sum of atomic masses of the elements present in a molecule. A. Average atomic mass. B. Atomic mass. C. Gram formula mass. D. Molecular mass. What's the molecular mass of carbon dioxide? A. 43. B. 28. C. 40. D. 44. Calculate the molecular mass of the sucrose, C12H22011, molecule. A. 343 AMU. B. 342 AMU. C. 341 AMU. D. 340 AMU. What's the formula mass of NaCl? A. 23U. B. 35.5U. C. 58U. D. 58.5U. What is the angle of repose? A. The angle at which material flows uphill. B. The angle at which material falls down. C. The steepest slope at which material no longer moves downhill.